Hello my angels, I hope you're all doing amazing today. So today we are going to be testing out a ton of brand new makeup from the drugstore. So almost all of the makeup that we use for today's look is super affordable. You can find it at your local Walmart or drugstore, and I can't wait to show you how we created this look. So if you want to see what I thought of these new products, just keep watching. Now, of course, before we jump into the video, please make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below. It would really help me out. And also give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more drugstore videos like this. Now, I don't have a new drugstore foundation to try, so I'm going to go ahead and use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation that I've been using a ton. I'm absolutely loving this. If you have dry skin, I think this foundation will work wonders for you. It's definitely very hydrating and it gives you a medium buildable coverage, which is my perfect type of foundation. I don't like a super full coverage. I like more of a sheer medium coverage. This is like my dream foundation. And to apply that foundation, I'm going to be using my Quo buffing brush that I use all the time. Oh, and I didn't mention that ColourPop foundation is in the shade 70W. And that seems to be a pretty good match for me right now. Now, since summer is coming to an end, I will definitely become more pale as time goes on. So I did pick up 50W as well. Definitely let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this new ColourPop foundation yet. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it as well. And I always take too much. You only need a tiny bit of product for this foundation. Now for applying our concealer, I actually picked up this brand new concealing brush. It has this kind of jade crystal look to it. I thought it was so beautiful and I really thought the shape was interesting as well. So Quo is a brand you can find at Shoppers Drug Mart. You can find their products online or in store if you live in Canada. Now they did have quite a few of these jade style brushes. This is the only one I picked up. I thought the shape was so interesting for concealer. And concealer is one of my main products that I use on a daily basis, so I thought this brush would come in handy. Now I don't have a new concealer to try, so we're gonna go in with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This has been my go-to concealer lately. Super full coverage, but does not dry your under eye. Just like the foundation, you only need a tiny bit of that concealer. And there we have it on the new brush. I just think this brush is adorable. Now I think this shape will be really good for getting right in to little hard to reach places, like in the corner of your eye. It is on the smaller side, so it is gonna take you a little bit longer to apply your concealer, but allows you to be very precise. I think that did a good job. I'm impressed. I really love that I can get right into this corner with this brush because that's sometimes an area that I miss. So just adding that in the areas where we need a bit more coverage. Now to set down that concealer under my eye, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photofocus Press Powder. I actually saw Jamie Page talking about this powder on her channel. She did a video of her drugstore favorite makeup and this was one of the items. So I got the powder in the shade Natural Buff. I believe this is the shade that Jamie Page used and I think this should be a good shade for me. I'm going to try to use it under the eyes and then as well on the face. I don't usually set my entire face, but I do like to set my T-zone area. Now to set my T-zone on the face, we are going to use the Juvia's Place powder brush. How gorgeous is this brush? Seriously, there's nothing I love more than a big fluffy brush. So I'm just going to set my T-zone here just to really give us that smoothing effect. It really is doing a great job at blurring the skin. Also going to set under the eyes. That might be a little bit too light for me, but I think in the winter it will be the perfect match. And that did a really great job of blurring the face, but not making it super matte. I don't like a powder that makes my face super dry, super matte, as I do have dry skin. And this brush, of course, is amazing. It's so soft. I absolutely love their brushes. Now, these items you have already seen before. I did show them in my recent drugstore makeup haul. We have a highlight palette from Catrice, the Catrice Sungasm Bronzer, and also the e.l.f. blush. So we're going to go ahead and try this blush on the cheeks. If you did watch my haul, you saw that I was a little concerned at how light this was, but we're gonna go ahead and try it. You never know, it may work once it's on the skin. To apply the blush, I'm just using this Japanesque brush here. Yeah, I'm not seeing much color with that blush. Very, very light pink. So I think you'd have to be pretty fair in order to use this blush. This is in the shade Blooming. It's definitely giving me a hint of color, but I like something a little more for my blush. But for today, I guess that'll do. I think I might have to gift this to someone with fairer skin just because it's not really showing up for me. Next, I'm super excited to try this Catrice Sun Gasm bronzer. This is a luminizing bronzer, so I'm hoping it won't be too luminizing, but I just thought it looked absolutely beautiful. And we're gonna go ahead as usual and use our EIG Show large powder brush to bronze. Okay, so it's definitely not too shiny, which I really like. It's giving a little bit of glow to the skin, but nothing crazy. And I think that color is a pretty good match for me. They had two different colors. This was the lighter one. They had a deeper version as well. I just love bronzer. I always go a little crazy with the bronzer. If you've been watching me for a while, you already know that. It definitely is giving glow to the skin. Watch my forehead. Okay, maybe I went a little too far on the forehead. That's okay. So all we're gonna do, since I did go a little crazy with that bronzer and it's looking a little too shiny on my forehead, I'm just going to take that pressed powder, apply that to my forehead just to tone it down a bit. Very easy fix, I think. Okay, that's better, I think. Just be wary because that bronzer can go from glowy to very shiny very quickly. So just use a little bit. I'd say if you want to start going ham with the bronzer like I do, definitely use more of a matte bronzer because this one gets a little shiny. But I'm okay with that. It gives you kind of a healthy glow. The next product we're going to try is also from Catrice. This is the Glow Squad highlighter palette. Super excited to try this out. Look at those beautiful shades. I think we're going to go in, maybe I'll mix these two shades here for today. I just dug my nail in that. What a sin. Look at that. If you have nails, you'll understand that that always happens. So I'm just taking my Sephora highlight brush here, dipping it into both shades, and we're gonna make the cheeks glow. Oh, okay. That is a beautiful highlighter. I really like that more golden shade, but I'm mixing it just a bit into the lighter one. Now we are using all powder products today, and I'm definitely going to have to use a lot of setting spray to kind of melt it all together. I don't like the look of a lot of powder products. I usually lean more towards cream products, but setting spray should fix it up for us. Okay, so now we are going to use the Maybelline Brow Extensions. This is a pomade crayon. I've never heard of a crayon with fibers in it. Usually they're like a gel or a liquid product. Now, I already tried to use this on my brow a little bit, and I want to show you guys what the tip looks like. It has little hairs coming out of it. It's the strangest thing. So it's a crayon, but it has fibers in it. So this is definitely not precise enough to completely draw on your brows, but I think what it's supposed to do is thicken up the brows. So it's kind of like a brow wax product. So I'm just taking it along my brow and kind of thickening up the brow hairs. If you have very sparse brows like me, this product may work for you. I used it already on this side, and I can see a bit of a difference in the thickness. And it definitely is adding color as well. Now, I can't get over how weird this looks. What I would do with a product like this is first take it through the thick part of your brow, thicken up the brow hairs, and then I would take a more precise eyebrow pencil. So I'm gonna use this one from e.l.f. and I'm just gonna go in and really define that brow because that one is too thick for me to use for that. So for the smaller parts of the brows, like this beginning and the tail end, I'm just using the pencil. Now, I really wish that this had a more precise end on it. Would make life a lot easier, but it does seem to be doing exactly what it says it's gonna do. It really is thickening up the brow hairs. I thought it looked like a really interesting product, and I'd never heard of something like this before, and I'm happy with it. It does exactly what it says it's gonna do. It added some color and also thickened up my brows as well. Now, of course, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't set my brows with the Got2b hair gel. You just need a tiny bit on a spoolie, and you just run that through the brow hairs. I like to make my brow hairs stand up a little bit, but more kind of off to the side. Okay, so brows are finished. They are looking quite thick and fluffy, which I love. Now let's go ahead and go in with mascara. Now I did pick up the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. I have tried this in the past, but I haven't had it in a while, so I really want to get it again and see if it's just as good as I remembered. This is a mascara that a lot of people really love, super affordable. I'll just show you what the brush looks like here. So this mascara isn't making my lashes clumpy at all. You can really layer it well. And from what I remember, this mascara doesn't smudge at all because I have no time for mascaras that smudge. But I will have to keep you posted because honestly, I really can't remember how it works. But so far, so good. It's doing exactly what a mascara should be. It's really lifting the lashes and making them very black, which I love. Last but not least, we are going to do our lips. So I actually have one of the Maybelline Lifter glosses with hyaluronic acid. This is in the shade Silk. I do have the shade Amber as well, but I saw this one was back in stock, so I wanted to pick up a more pinky shade. I'm going to first go ahead and go in with the Becca Lip Definer. And this is in the shade Pouty. Okay, so the lips are lined. Let's go in with the Maybelline gloss. Now the gloss does have this giant doe foot applicator, which I do love, and a lot of the higher end brands have doe foots like this. And I don't know about you, but I've heard so many amazing things about these glosses. I'm just seeing them everywhere. First of all, they smell amazing. They actually have quite a bit of pigment to it. If you can see, that left quite a bit of pigment on my lips. It's a really beautiful kind of dusty rose color. And it feels so comfortable and smells amazing. So what more could you really want from a gloss? The last step, we are going to use the e.l.f. Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist. I did use this in my recent testing e.l.f. makeup. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave it in the iCards above. And if you have seen that video, you know this is quite loud. See? It has like kind of a marble in it or something. This has an absolute beautiful sprayer on it, especially for something from the drugstore. It just creates a really fine mist. It does have some fragrance to it, but it disappears very quickly. Feels very refreshing, and I did try it once, but I want to try it again just to really give you guys a good review of how it makes my makeup last throughout the day. I feel like I can feel this plumping my lips. It's not minty, but I feel like it's kind of making them tingle. Is it supposed to do that? I think it's supposed to do that. I hope so, at least. So I definitely feel plumping factor, which I like. Okay, my loves, so this is the finished look testing brand new makeup from the drugstore. Please let me know what items you've tried from the drugstore lately and which items you'd like to see me try next on my channel. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.